One of the most rewarding partnerships that I've had with Student Affairs has been working with the Homeless Student Task Force. And I think that the Homeless Student Task Force is such a great example of academic affairs and student affairs departments coming together to really support students. And when we teamed up with housing, the university student apartments, and the Dean of Students office, and we teamed up with the Women's Resource Center to really bring to bear a whole sort of network of resources, I really think that's the kind of powerful support that we can provide students when we are all thinking about how we each have a little piece of the pie that can really make a difference in their lives.
So when I think about exceptional student affairs experience, I think about my undergraduate years and the relationship and mentorship that I got from advisors and folks that were around me, such as my own mentor, Catherine K. Kogman, and also from Center for Ethnic Affairs, Trisha Sugiyama. I remember just meeting with Catherine K. She saw that in me before I saw it in myself, that I could do this as a career. And if it wasn't for her like supporting me through the process, or like kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone and letting me be aware of my own strengths and like the things that I could do, I don't think I would be in my grad program right now. And I think that philosophy of like mentorship and relationship is something that I continue to implement when I work with my students.
So my exceptional student affairs experience involves a student that I've been working with in the Benyon Center. It was a student that came in who was struggling a little bit, didn't really know what their passion was. And in working with that student, I thought a little bit about, well, how can I engage them when they're having a little bit of a difficult time? And I didn't feel like she was really connecting or really getting a good experience. But she talked and outlined the different things that went well. And after seeing that, it really connected with me and it really clicked with me in that I didn't really think that we were having a good experience with one another and that she wasn't really learning a lot and that I had failed her as an advisor. But as that time went on, it really clicked with me that that was an exceptional experience.
I think about my own personal experience when I went off to college and how I became extremely homesick. And it was the Vice President of Student Affairs actually reaching out to me. That Vice President, Dennis Dunham, calling me and saying, "Sharon, heard you took a few days off, which is understandable. When are you coming back to campus?" And really staying on the phone with me and talking to me until I was telling him when I was coming back to campus. So I think I was able to give back to Dr. Dunham what he had given to me, which was that ability to continue.
I think for me, one of the really cool things about transfer advising is that I go to Salt Lake Community College and I do advising. And I've definitely seen students, not only perspective to the U, but maybe even a year or more out before they transfer, and seeing the whole process of a student is interested in coming to the U, is interested in and getting here, working with them, and then coming here and then seeing students do really well. These students really do amazing work and do really cool things.
For me, the most memorable over my career has been the individual moments with students. And I think sometimes that opportunity to just be present in the middle of a conversation, in the hallway, or at an event, or during an appointment, or just sometimes those informal interactions with students in line at the cafeteria. Those are sometimes the most meaningful interactions that I've had with students, and I hope that those contribute to their exceptional experience at the university in knowing that people care for them as an individual.
I joined the Student Affairs Diversity Council a few years ago, and once I joined that committee, I knew that people there were actually dedicated. I knew that people were really wanting to make a difference on this campus. I think the Student Affairs Diversity Council still does great work and are still out here for the community, and campus is actually increasing in its knowledge and in its equal access.
When I think of a student affairs exceptional experience, it's to those people who are reaching out to people like me who don't think they can do it, but showing them that not only can you do it, but you can thrive at it.
When I was a young undergraduate at Ohio State, I had an assistant dean of students who got me to the side and said, you know, you ought to consider a career in student affairs. And that set me on a path of 44 years worth of energy and excitement and passion. So sometimes just reaching out to a student and saying, I see potential in you. You know, it takes a very special person, I think, to be successful in this career. And mostly I think it comes from listening, from passion, from caring about students and from caring enough to go the extra mile to make sure that every student can be successful. For me, I think the thing that makes the difference is not when we decide when to stay with a rule or a policy or a program, but when we decide to bend the rule.